All right, well, I'll call the meeting to order. I think everybody's got a agenda in front of them. Take record and roll. I think everybody signed the roll sheet. All our members are here, no guests. Next, we need to approve the agenda.
Make a motion. Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. The agenda has passed. Public comments, we don't have any guests here. So the next thing will be approve, last month's minutes. I think everybody should have a copy on the second page, so I'll let everybody look over that.
Make a motion to approve them as written.
We got a motion to approve them as written. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve them as written. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. The minutes have passed. We'll let Miss Carolyn catch up here. So the unfinished business, if you gave us a paving list last month, so you did that last month.
I bet you didn't get one, Miss Carolyn, did you? Paving list? I thought I'd bring an extra one, but I didn't.
I tell you what,
I got an extra here.
okay.
I guess we could well, I've got mine. I guess we could make a copy of mine here in a minute, or just let you look at it.
We'll copy one here in a minute.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
She can just look it over.
Yeah.
I think I added a couple down there, which I think is reflected in the minutes.
And I guess we can move on to new business. Let Miss Carolyn look over that, and you can, whenever you want to get started, Ben.
Yes, sir.
All right, I ain't got a whole lot of new stuff to report. We got finished up in, Hillsborough on, Cheryl and Wiley. We got in there and started and finished, Limbo Drive and, what's the other one around through there, Jamie? Limbo and,
Is it Oakley or?
Oak, yes.
Shannon Oakley, or Sharon Oakley?
Subdivision over there.
There's
Yeah.
a Sharon Oakley that goes, ain't that,
So Limbo's the,
Circles the whole thing, and then the one in the middle's a different name. But anyway,
yeah, I can't think. Is Limbo, is it Sharon, is it,
I
yeah,
think so, or is that on down? There's one right in there.
Yeah.
anyway, we got
Yeah.
that one done. We're moving, we'll be a few more in Hillsborough we're gonna try to get before we move on, but, we've got those done. Still mowing pretty good. Most of them made, started on their second round now, so, mowing's going pretty good on schedule. We had a tractor breakdown, last week, and we just now getting it back together today, so. I can't think of any other breakdowns. Had a few guys take off on vacation, which usually happens this time of year, but, we've got our shop empty right now. We're gonna fix and pull some more stuff in there, though. We got a grate all messed up.
What messed up?
Grate all. Been kinda getting backed up on our ditching work. But it's about, well, it won't take much to fix it, I don't think. Clutch problems is what it's having. All of our state aid paving's finished and been paid for, so.
yeah.
Over
We gotta
last,
put a shoulder on that once y'all get a chance, or,
yeah.
I
They're
figure right
not.
now you're trying to get as much paving as you,
Well, they're not pressuring us too bad, put those shoulders on, but we got some we've gotta do. You know, and a road or two we're gonna try to widen. Well, one of them that I'm thinking about is Crouch Road in the Summitville community. That runs along the railroad tracks. We're
I'm
gonna,
curious on how you gonna do that, but
Well, we're gonna take that widening machine and do a little ditching to get it a little wider, and then we're gonna put that widening machine out there, and
Is there that much
You'll
water that
get me
runs
out a
down
lot
through
of
there?
heat if you
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
I can't even go sit down for breakfast no more without getting,
It is pretty tight through there. Last time, I
Yeah.
guess the last time I went up to Somerville Grain, I was coming back home, cause most of the time I turn, you know, I said, I'm gonna shoot down through there just to, cause I usually roll some, but most of the time I don't, you know, when I go to Somerville, I can see where it's pretty tight down through there, and
I mean, I didn't know if you could narrow that ditch any on the, it'd be on your right
Yeah,
if you
we're
turn
gonna-
off Pete Sing,
we're
cause
gonna-
you ain't really got a whole lot you can do on the left.
we're
Yeah.
gonna narrow that ditch as much as we can, put as much mix out there as we can.
sounds good.
It got, it just didn't get packed good, and it got rolled off, and cars going down through there. I think that widening machine will,
But don't flatten out that bridge. Leave that bridge the way it is.
Yeah.
It's a fun bridge.
I got a little story I probably shouldn't tell on camera, but had an old Volkswagen. I was gonna hit that thing and jump it, you know, it was steep back in the day. And that's, you know how people pull back when they pop in wheelers, so, well, I pulled back and the steering wheel came out. It came off that stuff, so I said,
It's one of them old moments.
yeah, I really didn't know what to do. Anyway, yeah, I don't leave that ramp there.
Yeah, I've hit her a few times myself. No steering wheel problem. I did put my sister-in-law and brother-in-law almost to the roof of the car.
yeah, yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna try to get that fixed here for as quick as we can. We just so covered up. We still ain't got all of our brush picked up, and we've been working on it much as we can in between paving, but, there's
Yeah,
still
they
just a
brought
lot,
me about 3 loads.
there's still a lot of it out there. It'd probably take another good hard week to get it all picked up. And we're trying to pave and bush hog, and
It's really showing too.
it's just hard to get everything done right now. It always is this time of year.
Tell JoJo, you know, it'd be nice if he'd just cut it to firewood length.
Was it bringing you logs and everything else?
And those trees are,
They brought one out there. It was, where a tree had broke off right at the ground. I just grabbed the skid steer, run the forks up there and set it on the burn pile. I ain't even gonna try to cut that thing to length and split it.
Right, yeah,
You can't have everything.
yeah. Yeah, that big stuff is aggravating to,
More trouble than it's
yeah,
worth.
all them leaves and rain, there's got all of our trees drooping down, so we've been trying to cut them things back.
Never ended.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on, but, we're getting it done, I guess. We will
Saves
eventually.
a few bucks.
I saw where that new mower was out our way first part of the week. Is it doing pretty good since y'all,
It is.
you get that new head, since you got the head finally figured out, or?
We got the head on there and just about rebuilt it, fixed it where it had, it can't mow more than 4 inches, so, that head on it was a little different what we're used to, so we got it all figured out. He's running about 200 hours now without any problems.
Now, what's the name of that?
That is a Aspen mower, ASPEN.
I guess that was, no, I met him Monday.
Yeah.
Going down. I guess Brassfield Road.
Yeah.
Like he was
it's
doing a good job. I mean, I know where when they run it, out and around us, like he done a good job, and
Yeah, he starts around the east side of the county and works his way to Hillsborough down through there and comes back out. And, industrial park over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's doing really good. That's a good mower. Probably won't ever buy another one like that brand, but I probably, next arm mower will probably be
something like,
similar
the
to,
same,
same concept, be a little different. Gonna be a different brand. We've just had too much trouble with that one. But that's about all I got.
But the concept of doing
Yeah.
that instead of a tractor is should be better
It's-
eventually,
yeah,
right?
It's much better.
Yeah.
Kubota's come up with one a little bit lighter. They've designed especially for Kubotas. That was, it's probably gonna work. They're made a little lighter, so I don't know about how durable they're gonna be. But there's a company in Florida that builds those four-wheel drive, like, they've had pretty good success with theirs. And some of my buddies in other counties have those, and they like those.
It has to be better. We've got a machine that's made to do that instead of a
Yeah,
tractor that's ain't made to do what that, and then, yeah.
Now, what all does this machine do or can do?
oh, it's just an arm mower. It mows the outside of the ditches.
Okay.
It runs over in Jamie's territory most of the time.
I know we're gonna have to do something.
Yeah. You've had it, what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
But it's, the problem is, it's been,
It's been a year in the shop.
yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, yeah. You've had it too, but ain't run it, but yeah, a year probably, yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, I don't know if it's cause of the roads we've paved lately, but I've got some people that's awful irate, cause I don't hot mix their roads and paint them up like those roads I did did too in Hillsborough, Miller's Crossroad. And, I don't know if that's it or not, but, whew, I've been getting some calls, why don't you do our road like that? You know, they don't understand that state aid money did those roads, and I don't have it in my budget to build roads like, or pave roads like that. But if y'all hear anything, then y'all be sure and let me know. Marshall called me the other day, told me about one of my neighbors getting a petition up to pave the road I live on. So, I told her to give her a call, I'd sign it myself. It does need paving, but it's not as bad as some other
Well,
roads that need it worse.
Well, and that's just like that hot mix, yes, I mean, the hot mix is a whole lot nicer, but you just can't afford to do it, I mean. Well, again, that's where some other counties around us, they do a lot of hot mixing, but then the county commission puts in
Puts in some money.
and, you know,
Well, I've been talking with Steve Moran at Rogers Group and, talking about a cheaper ways of doing that, and he's, we did, Carlos might have seen this one for sure, Wayside Road out there, when we got to the 5-way, we jumped on across and did the rest of it. But we only put one layer of asphalt on his instead of 2. And I rode it today and it looks really
It's
good to me.
pretty good, yeah.
For a road.
You might have to do a little more prep work, get your skid steer out there and grind down, any big bumps or something like that if you're just doing one layer, but,
yeah.
They can still scab it and level it before they pave it too,
Yeah.
so. We, I thought we had a deal worked out to do, little road subdivision comes off of, I can't remember the name of it, something to do with Windy. Comes off Ballard Road and runs into Fredonia Village.
I know what you're talking about.
I thought that was just all Fredonia Village, but
No, it's another one that
another one
got
there on the end.
built there and attached to it.
Up on the interstate end of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
they got a bridge down there that's just asphalt, just come apart.
See, all that'll eventually end up together anyway,
Yeah, it kinda is. It's
because
just,
you got
you Hunter's Landing,
you got Hunter's Landing, and on down, you've got that windy, what you're talking about,
Winding Way.
winding way that goes back up in there, and then Seminole Wind comes in off of Ballard. But they're all intertwined, and down there at the other end of Matt's Hollow, down there by the electrical thing, if you go straight, it runs right up the interstate, and it'll run right back into that subdivision eventually if Gilly opens that up,
Yeah, over on, North Ballard.
yeah. Cause all that's designed to be one big,
But anyway, that we were going to kinda work on that, putting that one layer in that.
Try it out.
He had something called a sand mix, or a mix that had more fines in it. I don't know if it'd necessarily be sand, but to do those real rough sections, scab it, or, just kinda smooth that up before he paves over it. And we was gonna try 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches lift in that subdivision instead of doing 2 lifts. But we ain't got the prices yet. I know he's went out there and looked at it and got it figured out, but since we run in the end of the year, I was gonna try to use my money I had last year, plus the money I had in there this year, which is about 700,000. And that should've got it, but we missed the deadline, so now I've just got 300,000. I need to get that winding way fixed. Everybody uses that for a cut through to Fredonia, out of that subdivision there. Even though it's not a shortcut, they use it for one.
Yeah, but the hot mix, yeah, it'd be nice to do more, just the cost and.
Yeah, and I want, I've been trying to get more in the budget to do those subdivisions. I'm finally getting to where I can put some money in there, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. Up until now, I hadn't been able to put anything in there. So anyway, eventually, maybe we can get some of those old subdivisions. They're getting to be, let's see, 90s, late, early, or middle 90s when they were built. Fredonia Village is probably early 90s. So it's getting 30 years old.
That one strip, when you go in Fredonia Village, not in the main entrance. Anyway, those people,
It's
Or
probably that
sand.
winding way.
Yeah.
It's probably what they're talking
they're
about.
thinking that they're gonna get that, and I hadn't talked to them, but they're just telling their neighbors that
Rogers Group's been out there
they're
trying.
gonna get that straight through there, and that's the worst part of it. That winding,
We trying to get it.
but they're tickled over those spots y'all
That road never was right to start with.
patched.
No,
When they done it, it should've been, shouldn't have never approved it,
no.
but that's all before our time, so ain't no we do it.
Right.
Yeah, it's water under a bridge.
It's on the list now, and that's all that matters, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there ain't no doubt though, if you don't start with a good base, it's hard to keep one.
The water didn't run out where it was supposed to either. It didn't get paved right either, exactly.
Just wishful thinking, you think any chance with new mayor coming in, we might have a chance to go to them and start working toward getting a little more money and getting a little money from the county in next year's budget. I know they ain't gonna get none this year, but if we could,
Yeah, we always try. We've had a pretty good meeting, that's another thing. We had a real good meeting on that, Safe Streets for All. I don't know if I've told you about all this or not, but it's
I think we've heard that.
it is a, grant with a 20% match. But you can get up to $25 million. So we had a real good meeting on that, and I can't afford to make a 20% match on 25 million. But, they should be some, surveys coming out pretty soon that we need to all talk up if you can.
Yeah.
It'll be asking questions like, what do you feel like is the best way to make the roads safe? And, it gives them 2 or 3, it's a multiple choice thing. It's gonna send that out through I think so far we got it in the paper, or we're gonna put it in the paper and WMSR. hopefully that'll be coming out in the next week or two. And, they talking about different things like, mapping. One of the big thing is mapping the whole county and tell them what we got and what kind of conditions the roads are in and what needs to be concentrated on, as far as, needing paving the worst. And, it'll give us, some of them give you your signs and even your culverts that you got in your roads.
Yeah,
That might be a way to go to them though, just, hey,
Yeah,
if,
that's what I was getting at. It'd
yeah.
be, you have something in front of you that say,
yeah,
right, here's what we got.
if we can get this much money,
And there's no way we can keep up with what money we're getting.
yeah,
yeah, if we could get this much money, we can make the county roads a showpiece here. You know, a lot of them.
yeah, man, well, just like I know, they spent several years ago, Franklin did a bunch of paving around us, and I reckon, well, time while, I knew the head of the county commission real well at the time, and see, I reckon they went and took a bond out and spent, I don't know how much money it was, paving roads, and of course, Highway Commission didn't have to pay it back, you know. So, you know, a good little jump like that, you know, if you had a, you know, $5-10 million, you know, bump like that you didn't have to, you know, you keep doing what you're doing, you could get a lot of stuff, you know, fixed up.
Yeah, been in there 10 years now and just now beginning to get built up where it can do a little something every now and then. Still don't have near enough money to do what needs to be done, but, it's getting better. If we get this, grant, they're talking about putting those, those signs that show you speed on different roads. And they were talking about, you know, putting posts up and moving those signs around where they wouldn't get too, used to them. Just, you know.
Right.
Send that survey out, we get ideas from the folks that actually live in the county and, but, yeah, we had a real good meeting on it about 2 weeks ago, and I'm thinking we'll get something out of this.
Good news.
That's about all I got.
Got anything, Arliss?
Only thing I got, I think I brought it up a few months ago. If, we can get a few £100 of, what'd really be good, be hot mix out there on Rigsby Road at the county line, that one culvert.
Oh, yeah.
Especially as you're going toward Morrison on the right-hand side, it's a pretty good jolt. It'll knock your car out of line.
Yeah.
That one, it's where it's sunk in some.
You run that road a lot?
I do.
Hadn't it
At
got
least
a lot-
3 times a week.
Hadn't it gotten a lot worse over a year?
It has. The last year or two, it's got real bad.
What's the name of it?
I believe that's
Rigsby.
Rigsby Road
Okay.
at the county line, right at the Warren County line, but it's in the culverts, and it's what, 100 feet, 200 feet inside Coffee County.
Mhm.
But I think just, a couple of scoops of some hot mix would help it tremendously. If we, you know, could get it, I don't think cold mix, I think it'd just come right out of there, probably wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kinda aggravating to do.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Where you at?
If
Shady.
you're coming out of Shady Grove, headed to Morrison on Rigsby Road,
Mm-hmm.
turn off Casey Road on Rigsby, right at the county line, right there where Mr. Rigsby, used to live there, is a culvert, and it's just sunk. It's probably a good 4 inches there on that right-hand side.
You know, that thing's sitting on bedrock too, a concrete tile sitting on bedrock, 'cause we had to bust it
I don't know
out.
what caused it to sink like that, but I mean, it just all of a sudden.
Gravels must've got washed out. There's a lot of water goes through there, I'd imagine.
Mhm. And it may need the culvert, and it may need digging up and redoing, I don't know, somebody smarter than me needs to look at that, but, you know,
I can't imagine a culvert needing moving. I'd say it's been so much water through
just
there
sunk
that
down,
it's carried some of the gravel out from the.
sunk
under the-
down. But, I just,
If that stuff like that gets to the top of the pipe, it'll just, scoop some of that gravel out from under the roads, what it'll do.
mhm.
Not water pressure, sometimes it'll do stuff you wouldn't even dream about doing.
Yeah, water ain't got no, it won't compress, it goes. Hello?
South Central Bell.
Got anything else, Arlo?
That's all I got.
Anything, Jeff?
Yeah, my wife, they
Yeah.
get, they playing there. I'm getting all kinds of people crying about these signs in these ditches.
Oh,
Me
yeah?
too.
Fredonia Road, Black's Chapel Road, Lindell Bell Road. I mean, they just,
We ain't likely it either. We're gonna hit 2 or 3 of them with bush hog.
well, see, that's what a lot of big concern is. What if somebody runs off there in a car? One of them steel posts goes right through that car. You know, 'cause I mean, they're, what, out on Lindell Bell, every 30 foot apart nearly?
We've tried to call those folks and ask them what they wanna do with it, but really don't.
I mean,
work.
that's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't know if we've really done the job.
We
There's a
want 'em
lot
on, we
of 'em.
want 'em on Oak Hill and where they,
Y'all don't
They're
have
in
enough
Oak
wrecks out there, Carol. You know?
I'm
But
surprised.
what they've done is they've come out there and they've changed them because I guess the reflection on them wore down some.
Got another safety survey out there and they just, they've already done it once. It makes twice and,
And be careful
But they-
mowing or whatever, 'cause they've left some of them, they just took the post out and there's about that much sticking up.
Yeah, you can see them all.
And, I mean, if you pull off the
Huh.
road 'cause you got it flat or something, you're gonna tear your car all pieces if you catch one of them. Almost hit one with a lawnmower. the
Oh,
other
they
day.
left, they
I'll tell
left,
you what we'll do, we'll just
Yeah,
go
where
pick
them
them
four,
up.
where they've got the post. See these posts, you just go over and take a nut out and slide them right out.
right.
And they've left them things, they're sticking up that far, where some of them they just, this is what I can't figure out, they had a perfect good post right there, but they went back about 2 foot and put another one in the ground, hung a sign up there. That's out there in front of Rennie's house.
Mhm.
We'll go
Huh.
out there and get them, if they need them, they can come to our place and get them.
'Cause I mean, I was thinking about y'all's mowers today too, 'cause they, some of them hit. You won't know it till you hear all that, what the heck is that right?
Well,
You mean all my people are complaining to you?
I just hear it. The people know I've been doing this for a while and they, ain't you got a meeting today? And I'm, yeah. Say so, yesterday they was talking about it. Need to say something about them, 'cause they're all over Fredonia Road too. Everywhere that they've changed them, they've just left them laying on the side of the road.
They've done a bunch of them safety grant stuff around, that doesn't cost us anything.
Well, that's state or federal money.
State, I reckon, I think it's state.
Is
It's
where they
all
putting
custom
up
fabric.
guardrails or something?
No, these posts, these signs that points for a curve
Call
coming up.
Call them chevrons where you point you around a corner, sharp corner.
There's a lot of money laying on the road.
They ain't been through Asbury, they did Asbury Road that way. I ain't been down Asbury to see if they,
I hadn't either, see if they've been out
cause,
there
cause,
and
'cause
changed
I know
them.
that same time that Asbury is one of the roads that, out my way, that
Yeah, them things piled up on Fredonia.
if I get a chance, I may drive it.
Lindell Bell, Black Chapel.
Yeah, I know where they put, like you said, I didn't know what they called them, but where they,
But every
Those
one of them,
curves,
every one of them, if they stuck in the ground, they've just come back and took the other ones up, laid them down, put new posts and everything up.
They've been laying around for a month now, hadn't they?
No, over that.
I thought somebody, when I first saw it, I thought somebody hit them.
I did too, going around Lindell Bell there at that first, yeah, I seen them, I'm like, good night, who has tore all these things down? And then you started seeing all of them, and you're like, wait a minute, there's new ones there, so,
Yeah,
but it's a,
That's what we'll do, we get, like today, as many people took off vacation, and I sent one boy up there, he could've been picking those signs up today. I'll get them picked up.
think anything else, Jeff?
no, that's pretty much the only, they try not to give me too much, my brain gets too small.
Just, yeah.
One thing too, dear, the main entrance into Fredonia Village, it still needs some more filling in there, cause when you come out, if you're coming out, if you're turning right, then you still gotta go out in the road, because there's a huge ditch still there. So if you're down that way, look at it.
Just tell the man
Yeah,
there with the,
They worked on it a little bit, but they didn't get very much in there, so he's probably gonna have to put a tile on the end of it or something.
the only problem I
Yeah,
know of
I
on
think it
Fredonia
is.
right now is right there in that, when you go around that curve, that bridge. They go out there and they'll fill it in, and then it won't be long, it'll wash away. And if you're on that side, when you go around, it'll almost about you in front of somebody. You just gotta learn how to ride on some of these roads.
Yeah.
Curve coming up with a big dip, get over.
Yeah.
That, yeah, that was, all right for years, they just,
You know where I'm talking about? Right there by
Yeah.
Stanley Vickers' place.
I don't know about that, I don't know.
I think it's
if
Vickers.
There's a Brian lives right there.
It's way this, the white brine, it's this,
Oh, okay.
In there where Dwight lives, that little bridge right before you get to his house.
yeah, way before you get to his
Ain't
house.
that
It's
There
tile?
where, Stanley Jones used to
Stanley
live.
Jones, that's it. I don't know where I come up with Vickers at, but yeah, Stanley Jones. When you pass his house and it's in that curve there on the right, it's probably got a spot about that deep, right? Just right on your right.
That's what, we got a few of them around
But
us.
this is right in that curve, though. That's the only
Yeah.
bad thing about it. If it's on a straightaway, it wouldn't be too bad, but you coming into that curve, then you hit that and
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a few spots that I know on especially a tractor. I know where to get over, or where to slow her down. Got anything, Miss Carolyn?
I tell you, since I've been around, I've never seen as much improvement in the county. And I mean, it's really standing out. And the guys, every time I see one, it makes me cry almost. It makes me so happy. They're so friendly. Thank you. And I'll just wave at them, and stop. But now, they are really on it. And those markings on that Blanton's Chapel, we just can't do enough for Blanton's Chapel, can we? They don't need to be.
And you know, them guys,
But
they
really.
appreciate that. You know, when
Yes.
you give them a good job.
I make sure, because it's not put on. They're
Unless they're
deserving.
mowing and I'm blowing the horn at them. You get out of the way.
I just need to kinda steer them, there,
Mhm.
since they're parking in the shade at the graveyard. If you go on down, Road Road. We get more and more people. My whole family now's on it. I told them, I said, y'all don't, Emily and John, I said, y'all gonna have to move on this farm, cause I can't do it all. And Tim and Dana, if you don't get back on this farm, you're gonna be.
You get more people, that's for sure.
But really, on that road, there's so many, it's narrow, but there's so many, when you turn in and out of all the roads that I have to turn in and out. But that's okay, I can wait, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I don't have everything I've had, we've already talked about.
One more thing too, I noticed in passing, Country Club, they're working up is that the city, as you go right in there, I hadn't pulled in.
Yeah, they blacktopped that up to the
So they really.
park.
County line.
Yeah.
I
Guess
know
they
they're
did that for all them big campers coming in and out of there.
but that's a city, you know, right there, and so
Yeah, Rogers Group did that.
I was glad to
George
see
sitting
that.
out there
I
with
wanted
his
to
vest on like he was.
comment on that.
Like he was doing it.
Uh,
That's what you're supposed to do.
Looked the part, huh?
Anything else? If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Somebody,
Set next meeting there.
oh, I guess set
August
next meeting, August
7th. it should be.
August 7th at 3 o'clock, be our next meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by, second by Jeff. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. We'll adjourn till August.